Good morning. Out for another walk, this time on Kinder. I've parked at Clough Park, walked through the forest, and I've come just across the bridge to the bottom of the snake path. Plan today is to walk up Fairbrook Naze along the north of Kinder and down back through the snake path. A lovely sunny day. It is early autumn and there are the colours of autumn coming through quite early this year, so hoping for some good images today as I walk along the north of Kinder. Once out of the forest, I've climbed down the hillside and over this stream, where there are some stones to aid the crossing. This avoids a 1 kilometre walk upstream to the bridge. I'll now walk uphill on the path opposite to reach the main path that contours the hillside. This is followed all the way to the sheepfold. Looking north from this hillside, I'm looking at the A57 and the cars passing the Snake Inn. Further down the road is a small parking space that could be used for this walk. I have now reached the sheepfold and am walking by the walls to climb the steep slopes to Sealstones. My original plan was to climb Fairbrook Naze. The path is just behind me. The route to Sealstones climbs around this hill to reach Gateside Clough, then climbs very steeply up to Sealstones by a ruined wall. There is a good path around the north edge of Kinder. The first objective is Fairbrook Naze, seen here in the distance, although I'll be following the path all the way along to the Pennine Way. Throughout, there are great views of this edge and north over to Bleaklow. Coffee time and time to take a break. Is this the best Costas in the country? Ahead of me is Fairbrook Naze. If I had walked uphill from the sheepfold and missed Sealstones, this is where I would have reached the Kinder Plateau. This is the view behind me to the south over the Kinder Plateau, and nobody about. This is a quiet side of Kinder. If I went over to Edale and up Grimesbrook, it would be much busier even today on a Thursday mid-September. These are the rocks of Fairbrook Naze, a jumble of rocks of all shapes and sizes. From Fairbrook Naze, it is a short walk to this prominent rock, which marks the turn left-west along the edge, with its many rock formations. The weather seems to be closing in over Manchester, with the odd rumble of thunder. Let's hope it stays there. And it's very windy here now. This route along the edge takes me to the Pennine Way and Ashop Head. This fence and stile marks the end of the edge, the north edge of Kinder. Once over the stile, I'll be making for the Pennine Way and then descend to Ashop Head. This is Ashop Head and the path crossing. Edale is back the way I came. Hayfield is over to the west. Bleaklow is north along the Pennine Way. And the way east is to the Snake Inn via the Snake Path. I'll be taking this snake path down the valley. And all the way along to my right will be great views of the north face of Kinder. Walking down the Snake Path, there are some impressive views of the north edge of Kinder. Earlier this morning, I crossed this stream lower down by some stepping stones. If you do not fancy this due to the water being too high, this is the bridge to cross the stream. It is over the bridge and climb the hillside by the path you can see on the opposite bank to reach the path that contours around the hillside, eventually leading to the sheepfold. I hope you can hear this because it's very windy in this forest. So all that it remains for me to do is to walk through the forest, across the bridge and up a little bit to get to Gritstone Clough car park. It's been a fantastic day out with the sun out most of the time and no rain despite the very dark shadows over Manchester. I had intended just to go up Fairbrook Naze, but I did go up to Sealstones, which adds quite a bit to the distance, but it makes it a much better walk. So I've had a great time today, and so until next time, bye.